welcome to Digit.in. And from Dell's showcase at Computex, we have in front of us the new Alienware M15R2. Alienware had announced the M15 at CES earlier this year in January, where they claimed the M15 to be their thinnest and lightest 15-inch gaming notebook ever. Now, they have refreshed that design already just a few months after they launched the laptop in India. Now, there are a lot of interesting tidbits that we have to share with you about this laptop, so let's just quickly get on with it. Firstly, the M15R2 is now in line with with Alienware's new design, which is the Legend design. So you have the 15 logo here, you have this backlighting over here, as you can see. There's also a host of ports. You get a full-sized HDMI, you get a display port, a Thunderbolt port, and you also have the Alienware proprietary external graphics port. Right alongside is that the power port. On this side, you have two USB 3.0. They're operating at Gen 1 speeds, and on this side another USB 3.0 super speed port along with Ethernet, which is super nice to have, and a combined microphone jack. Now, a couple of things that are really interesting is that this machine at its thickest, which is the back, is just 19.6 millimeters, less than 20 millimeters, and at its thinnest is just about 16. There's quite a few things that have changed in this laptop in comparison to the previous M15. For starters, there is no user upgradable RAM slots in here. So Dell had to give up the SODIMM slots in order to incorporate this new keyboard that they've developed. This is a thin keyboard with extremely good feedback, soft keys but good feedback. We're told that they modeled the curve of the feedback on these keys based on desktop mechanical keyboards. Of course, it's also got RGB lighting. You see the honeycomb design over here, and the alien head logo on this side is the power button. This particular unit also has Tobii eye tracking, which you can see in the blinking lights over here. And the Alienware Command Center allows you to control every aspect of the hardware in relation to gaming. So you have, of course, when you have games installed, they all show up here. You have your whole library of games. You can set up your effects for lighting. Now, if you have just a laptop, you have various effects you can do. For example, on the keyboard, you can choose what kind of lighting setup you want. So you have all zones, the alien head logo, and also uh, that's the alien head logo, and that all zones, and we can choose anything we want. There's also keys. You can do per key RGB if you would like, or you could do any one of the many effects that are available. So I'm not going to waste too much time on that. This is definitely a lot nicer than the original M15. I'm sorry, Alienware, I have to say this. And this is a question I've asked people at Alienware as to why would they launch the original M15 and then refresh it a few months later. The answers haven't been very convincing, honestly, but at the end of the day, what they did tell us is that the company will support both the R1 and the R2 of the M15. The R1 will be updated to the 9th gen Intel Core series CPU, so that's nice. And that will continue to support an OLED display, an optional OLED display, as will this. So, in terms of the product, it's not that the R1 is dead. It will continue to be alive for the foreseeable future, and the key difference between the two will just simply be the price. That will be slightly cheaper than this. This particular Alienware is also better at cooling. There's about 10 to 20% improved cooling, and if you read our review of the M15 originally, the WASD keys used to get super hot. So hopefully that has been fixed with this, and that's what Alienware tells us, that in order to improve the cooling and also provide this keyboard which has 1.7 millimeters of travel, they had to kind of forego the SODIMM, and that was a choice they made because gamers typically don't go for 32 gigs of RAM, which further ties into the fact that this machine only supports a maximum of 16 GB of RAM. In terms of the GPU and the CPU, this can be configured with all the way up to a i9 the 9980 HK, which is actually what's on this machine. Um, and in terms of the graphics, you can expect all the way up to a 2080 on this. So you've got over here, you can hopefully see the Intel Core i9-9880H CPU. So that's what you get actually, not the 9980HK. Sorry, my bad. 16 gigs of RAM already installed, and that is soldered onto the board. And in terms of the GPU, you get on this one a 2070 Max Q. So yeah, pretty much the top end of the laptop. It's nice that Dell is also offering Thunderbolt on this, which is a pretty good thing because Thunderbolt will allow you to expand ports, will allow you better feature, a faster throughput on data. They obviously locked down the Thunderbolt port for external graphics since they have their own eGPU port, but whatever. So there is the Alienware M15, and there's also the 17-inch variant, which I was surprisingly shocked to see because that 17-inch notebook almost feels like a 15-inch one. So we'll have a separate video on that for you to check out. We'll put both the machines side by side so you can see them. And thanks for watching this video. And in case you like it, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button on our channel.
For the latest technology updates, subscribe to Digit.in and don't forget to hit the bell icon.